Hello, and welcome to the 3 Up Moon live stream, everybody. It is Sunday, August 1st, 2021. Happy August, happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. My name is Matt, otherwise known as 3 Up Moon, here on Twitch and YouTube. I stream every single day from 1 p.m. Pacific onward on Twitch, and you can catch every single one of my streams in full on my YouTube channel. This is part of an ongoing series. Today we're going to be playing episode 5 of another Retro Roulette stream. Basically, just to sum it up, the Retro Roulette streams that I do, I spend a bunch of time curating lists of retro games from Atari 2600 up to Nintendo DS and Nintendo 64 that are all themed around a specific aesthetic or theme. Or they're all related to a specific theme, I guess is the best way to put it. Every Friday we do more games about eating and food, so we play retro games that are related to eating or collecting food items as collectibles, or cooking, or any sort of food related game, including games like Pac-Man and Kirby, because you eat the enemies. But today we're going to be doing spooky and horror and Halloween themed games. The other crazy thing, this is episode 5 if you're watching on YouTube, so this will be part of that playlist, but the other crazy thing is that this list doesn't just have games, like original games in it, it also has like all new homebrew games, like recent games for defunct old retro systems. It's also got ROM hacks in the list, there are translations, so there's also weird mods, like yesterday we played Castlevania Dracula X on the Super Nintendo, but it was the Grim Reaper edition, so we played as Death, or as the Grim Reaper, instead of Richter Belmont. So little things like that. Or we played Castlevania 1 RPG, which mods it so that it behaves a little more like Zelda 2, and you have 1 heart to begin with, and by the time you get to Dracula, naturally you'll only have about 6 or 7 hearts, which is just 2 hits, so you have to do a lot of grinding, and it just makes the game a lot tougher, but also I think it kind of works. Like, that game could have easily had the same sort of tech as Zelda 2. The other cool thing about the Retro Roulette streams is that I can spin the wheel at any time if I'm not feeling a game or want to try something different, but so can you. You can spin that wheel and make me play something completely different using 1,000 moonstones. At any time, just use that channel point reward. I want to say thank you so much to the most recent followers of the channel, because we're getting very, very close to 500, and once we hit 500 followers, we're going to be playing Wario Land 3 randomized. We played Wario Land 3 in its entirety, and you can see that on YouTube. But this time, even though there's a ton of treasure chests is what I meant to say. A ton of trusts. There's a ton of treasure chests and a ton of treasures that you need to find in the original Wario Land 3. We're going to shuffle all those around, shuffle the music, the color palettes, the enemies. It's going to be a pretty interesting experience. It'll be our first time foraying into that. I play a ton of randomizers on my channel, Link to the Past randomizer, where we shuffle all the chests around and enemies and all sorts of attributes. Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, 3, Super Mario World, Mario 64 randomized, Pokemon randomized. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into roguelikes or anything like that, or even just really good video game music, give the channel a follow. We are very, very close. Was it 26 followers away? I believe. Yeah, 26 followers away from 500. Also, here's a shout out to the most recent followers as well. Thank you so much yesterday for the follow, Mayor Sheriff. First Person Duders, thank you so much. Welcome to the stream, Lucid Omnijack. Sir Arminius, who's also a streamer. Twitch times 3. Love that username. Obviously because of the 3. Golang on top. Pawn Lamb, remove host rate limit. Thank you so much. And I do believe we just got hosted. I can't see who that is, but thank you so much for the host, whoever that was. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you all the amazing people who've been showing up on the regular to these streams. And yeah, to think we've only started this stream 6 months ago, and we have almost 500 followers. I've been wanting to personally start this stream for over 10 years. But just really haven't had the access or the gear for it. And for those that have been subscribing, I hope you enjoy those emotes, hope you enjoy watching ad-free. Also those that have been subscribing using Prime, I really, really appreciate it, because that helps the channel to grow. And then I also was able to pick up like a new gamepad, a new pair of headphones. It makes sure, basically, you become the engine of the channel when you are able to subscribe, or if you send one-time donations or donate bits. It helps the channel to keep going and growing, and I really appreciate it. So thank you to all those folks. Welcome to the stream, Michelle. Welcome to the stream, Idarama. You think Twitch times 3 is a follow bot. Duly noted. That'll just be 1 second. We're going to listen to a little bit of Pokemon Snap's music from N64, and then I'm going to load up our first game. It is a 2017 Super Nintendo homebrew game, so a completely original homebrew project made for the Super Nintendo super recently. Unholy Knight, the Darkness Hunter. Stick around, folks. I see what you're saying, Idarama, regarding follow bots. But you know what? Who's to say that bots don't have feelings? Maybe they do want to follow, even if it is for like 30 seconds. Maybe that's the only attention span that a robot could have, or the AI has. You know, I want to be a little more accepting out there. Maybe following for 30 seconds or 15 seconds from a follow bot's perspective is a very long time. Robots are people too, maybe. I love that comment came from Space Robot Arm. Advocating for your people, are you? I love it. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an awesome Sunday. Alright folks, you should be able to see me, you should be able to see the game. This game was developed by Foxbot and developed, or Foxbat I think, not Foxbot, and basically developed in 2017. It is a Super Nintendo homebrew game. And welcome to the stream, hope everyone is feeling good, having a good one. Let me switch over to the game audio and let's give this a shot. Unholy Night, the Darkness Hunter. Cool. See what this is all about. Yeah, so there's a lot of really cool homebrew games that I've played. I have a series ongoing. I haven't played any in a little bit, but an ongoing series of NES homebrew games, and it's everything from someone's personal side project to competition entries in the community of homebrew and ROM hacking games, to also, reproductions. A lot of people trying to convert games from ZX Spectrum or Atari or Commodore 64 over to NES, that sort of thing. There's a really rich NES homebrew community, and one of our followers, Cardboard Box, made Hyperbeats and just worked on an Atari 2600 homebrew. There aren't as many Super Nintendo homebrews, there aren't as many Genesis homebrews, and there aren't as many Game Boy Advance homebrews. But I have a whole bunch of them that basically are just people's projects, like personal projects or unique games, variants of other games, like variants of Tetris, and yeah, there's a handful of Super Nintendo homebrew developers out there. Not a lot, but definitely more on Genesis and a heck of a lot more on NES. So here we go. You can also go to my YouTube channel and check out the NES homebrew streams. Okay, so is it a fighting game, perhaps? Stick to normal. Story mode. Let's dive in. There's an amazing open source homebrew dev tool for Genesis called SGDK. You wish there was something like that for SNES. Ah, okay. So it's just a lot, and that's kind of how it is with ROM hacks. I've noticed too that like if there are really good utilities or tools out there that people can use, like Lunar Magic, for example, then you're going to see a ton of ROM hacks made because it's been made easier. It's just all about accessibility for people to use a program and ease of use. There's a ton of Super Mario World ROM hacks out there, but there's not a lot of Mario 2 ROM hacks because nobody's made a tool or development tool to go in and edit it easily. There's a bunch of Super Mario Bros. 3 ROM hacks because Super Mario Bros. 3 Foundry exists. And back in the day, in the early 2000s, I used to spend a lot of time messing around with Mario 3 using the Super Mario Bros. 3 Discombobulator made by ACMLM. So there's a ton of different tools and stuff out there. So that's cool to know. That's why you see a lot more Genesis homebrews. And I do love that a lot of Genesis homebrew developers will also create packaging and the clamshell case and all that stuff. And a lot of them can be ordered directly from their sites. It's really, really cool if you want to support these amazing programmers and developers. Okay, let's dive in here. Enough of the asides. I want to read that story. Let me see what's going on. I mean, we choose story mode, we should read it. There's a rumor oh my god. Okay. Forget it. Forget it. Okay, something about dragon, something about Dracula, something about vampire. That works for me. Just went out for a smoke and I got a little tickle in the throat. Ooh, look at these characters. Okay, we've got Blaze, we've got Reinhardt, who looks sort of like a beefed up King Arthur from the Super Ghouls and Ghosts series, which I'm stoked about. We have Emily, the Shuriken Maid. We have Kronos, who is what Devil May Cry Dante meets Magus from Chrono Trigger. We've got a wolf boy, Wurzel, and Nightmare, the gratuitous Morrigan ripoff. Yo, Spoopy fighting game. What's up, Penny Blank? Give yourself a shout out if you can. And I'm doing well today. I got to go. Michelle, my partner's friend, is in town from Copenhagen. And we got to go for brunch, which was quite nice. Wrong time and wrong place. How come you try to shop me? I love the translation. How come you try to shop me? I don't know. You just feel shoppable. You seem shoppable. This is like King Arthur from Super Ghouls and Ghosts if he was a white mage in Final Fantasy. So Michelle's just working from her parents' place today, and then, yeah, I just got back from brunch, so nice to dive into this stream. Figured we'd do another episode of spooky horror Halloween games. An all-Belmont version of Street Fighter, exactly. There was a Castlevania, on the Wii, I believe, there was a Castlevania fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Like an arcade fighter like this, where you could play as all the Belmonts. Oh. Yes, there's a combo hit. KO. I prefer Blaze in Streets of Rage 2, if I had to pick one. Lone Wolf Hunter can't beat the Saint Knight like me. Oh, you can say that the Saint... So you can beat the Saint Knight, or are you saying you're a Saint Knight? I'm confused. The English is very... unique, let's say that. Ooh, I haven't heard of Thrill Kill before. I will add it to the list. Thank you for suggesting. Yeah, if you have any suggestions for any horror-themed, spooky-themed, Halloween-themed games, you know, even if the title has the word monster in it, creature, mutant. We actually beat the entirety of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters in episode 2 of this series. which was very fun. We just beat the story arcade mode, and it was actually, in Europe, it was called Mutant Warriors, so that's why it was in the list. But it was very fun. I have to say, Wingnut, Shredder, what other characters did I really enjoy using? Mikey, of course. It was a fun game. Oh, PS1. So I don't have PS1 games in the list, but I do have N64 games in the list. I guess I could go into the PS1 era, but we have over 500 games in this list, so it's a pretty robust one. Is Clock Tower for the Super Nintendo on the list? Yes, it is. And on Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, later tonight we'll be diving into it. I tackle an ongoing queue of retro games that are decided by you. Right now the queue is closed for the moment because we have about 20 games in the queue. We're going to be playing a whole bunch of different retro games as we do every Sunday, and my YouTube channel has a full playlist of that as well. We played a whole bunch. Last Sunday we played Chippendale Rescue Rangers, and we played a Game Boy Advance launch title, Fire Pro Wrestling, which was very difficult. It's lots of fun. But Clock Tower is in the list. It's going to be played very, very soon on, not this Sunday, but I believe next or the following Sunday in the list. So I'm excited for it. I've heard really good things about it. I know a lot of people liken it to like it's an early survival horror that feels kind of like you're playing like a 2D Resident Evil. Also, Kronos looks so much more badass in his portrait, not as a sprite. The sprite just like removes all the badassery. Dante Megas. That's his new name. The music isn't bad in this. If you involved with me, will same as Kronos. Darkness or Hunter are also looking for the coffin. I should be hurry. This is the roots of catatonia, supposed towards Romania. Kronos looks like a DJ at a BDSM club. Grr, I have been wait for long years. It's times for my revenge. You know, I have been wait for long years too. I can relate. Grr as well. Can you make some werewolf fight music? Absolutely. I just wanted to embody like the feeling of what it might be like to turn into a werewolf every time there's a full moon. Yes. Wurzel is a ripoff of Kuma or Balrog. He beefed us. That's how they get you. The band is just so good. It sounds like the opening to a Disney Channel sitcom from like 1997. Like a not a good one like Boy Meets World, but like a shitty one. Yes. That did a little bit of damage. It's hard to figure out it's not Street Fighter rules, like in terms of doing the abilities, performing attacks. It seems to be some combination of holding 2 buttons or 3 buttons at a time and pressing one direction. Like if you try the Hadoken or you try Mortal Kombat style commands, it's not really doing anything. Galura, ha 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 ha. Finally know how. I hate you all in these years. Yep. Well, I hate you all in these years too, man. It's times for my revenge. Let's go. Now, keep in mind, I don't normally play fighters like this. We had a blast playing Mutant Warriors, or Tournament Fighters, that Ninja Turtles won a couple episodes ago, but This is not the type of game I grew up with. Like, I played Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 more than I played any Street Fighter game. So it's not really my type of fighting game. I spent a lot more time with the Streets of Rage games, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, and the Final Fight series. So side-scrolling beat-em-ups are more what I'm familiar with, but I do really like these fighter games. I watch my buddy Moosebones play Guilty Gear a lot on his stream. This is no Guilty Gear, that's for sure. It's still cool though. It's not janky. There are a ton of Super Nintendo fighting games that feel like really unresponsive, but I feel like this game feels responsive. Wurzel, they're just bringing up the difficulty with this fight here. Wurzel is German for root. That's Power Opossum, what's up? The wolf looks like they're from Bloody Roar. Exactly. That's what I was thinking of. Something I had it on the tip of my tongue there. I was trying to think of what it reminded me of. Bloody Roar, I know that was on PS1, but wasn't there was a GameCube version, and I remember renting that one with my cousins. It was actually pretty cool because of the vibe, just being able to, like, it was kind of like Virtua Fighter. I liked it better than like games like Soul Calibur and stuff like that, and the ability to turn into animal form was pretty cool. Simple idea. You think there's 2 on PS1? Oh, cool. So that might have been the 3rd one, or a remake maybe. Oh, God, dude, man, Wurzel, you're the Wurzled, the worst. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. That pig game you were playing was very, very weird yesterday. I did kind of like the cartoony aesthetic, though. There's a lot of, in our viewer request night, Stegosaurus McCartney, one of my mods, my buddy Daryl, and a handful of other people have actually been keeping the theme up with our Sunday viewer requests of games that are kind of based on cartoons, like Looney Tunes, Animaniacs, a lot of the Disney Capcom games. A lot of people have been playing, I've been kind of like rolling with that theme, and that looked really cool. It had this sort of hand-drawn 2D animation look. I am a huge fan of 2D animation ever since I was a kid. Grew up with like 30s, 40s, 50s cartoons, all that stuff, and just like, you know, recorded VHSs of that stuff. Really, really enjoy it. Kind of all the stuff that Cuphead was inspired by, basically. They were directly inspired by the early Looney Tunes shorts, early Merry Melody shorts, and Max and Dave Flesher, the Flesher brothers, who developed and created the rotoscope. They invented the rotoscope. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have things like A Scanner Darkly, we wouldn't have movies like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and rotoscoping, unfortunately, was stolen and claimed by Disney and a few other people, as far as I know. Max Flesher didn't get much credit for it. But the 1970s animated Lord of the Rings utilized rotoscoping technology. The Three Caballeros in the 40s, hand-painting Donald Duck into film. Space Jam, we wouldn't have Space Jam if it wasn't for rotoscoping, and CG, of course, but at the time, like, rotoscoping in the early 30s and 40s was the only way you could kind of trace people's movements, almost in the same style that the sprites from Prince of Persia were created, which was just tracing over video footage. But I love classic Looney Tunes cartoons. I'm a huge, huge fan. I used to want to be an animator, and I used to run my own sprite animation website that was a Newgrounds affiliate years ago. But I used to want to be an animator, and I kind of moved away from that and realized that the thing I loved about classic cartoons was the fact that it was the sound design, it was the music, and then my love for music just flourished. And I realized that a lot of my influence came from the old cartoons I watched and the old video games I played. Oh, shit. No, dude. Fuck. Wurzel's the worst, man. Nope. That sucks. That sucks. You've been watching really old Looney Tunes with Beans the Cat. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Early. Beans the Cat, Flip the Frog, is an Oob iWorks creation. All sorts of really cool stuff. I have like a personal YouTube channel. I've got 3 at Moon, but I've also got a personal YouTube channel where I've been curating for over 10 years, just lists of cartoons, classic cartoons, modern cartoons. And every once in a while I'll just put on one of those playlists and shuffle it up and just have some fun with it. It's great. Good way to revisit it. I will be adding a channel point reward eventually where we take a break and watch a public domain cartoon together. And anyone can redeem it at any time. Kronos looks so terrible to use, to be honest. Let's try Emily. I did like the character we were using, though. Maid Hunter, interesting. If you get in the way, you will be my opponent. Yo, like it? Yeah, like I said, this game does feel very responsive. I played infinitely worse fighting games. And for this being a 2017 homebrew, it's quite well put together. You know, I think this is more impressive than, you know, someone putting together like a new gen project where they can create their own characters and use an existing game engine. This is clearly a team, like 3 teams of people coming together to make this. You know, the HUD could look better, but it's not bad. There's no grabbing though in this, there's just blocking. At least I just don't know how to do it. The first opponent, all he does is block. The AI, that's funny. Block only run. Yeah, later today we're going to be doing viewer request night, and we're going to be playing Skitchin on the Sega Genesis, which is a pretty hilarious game. I played it before. I think this is a Super Nintendo version. And we're also going to be playing, that was redeemed by Lord Loki Asgard, one of our subscribers and followers in the chat. Then we're going to be playing Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, redeemed by Henny Blank. You actually redeemed the Super Nintendo one, but we recently beat it, like last week, 2 weeks ago. I beat the Super Nintendo one for the very first time. And I grew up with the Game Boy Aladdin, and haven't really played too much of the Genesis one. I rented it a couple times, just like, I used to rent Genesis games a lot. And so we'll be playing the Genesis version. I know it's very different. Then we're going to play Woody Pop, a Game Boy Arkanoid Breakout clone that's redeemed by Michelle. No, I don't mind it, actually. I actually really enjoy... I don't feel like I have to play it, Henny. I really enjoy playing different versions of games, kind of back-to-back. We did a really fun stream where I played 4 versions of Super Mario Bros. 1. Like, we played Mario Bros. 1 on NES, and we did a pacifist challenge, or we tried to. Damn. Where we can't hit any enemies at all. And then right after, I beat the entirety of Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, which is on the Game Boy Color. Very different, very difficult as well because of the camera. And I wanted to show off and, you know, for myself, just kind of compare the control style of the fact that all 3 versions that I played were completely different. After we beat Mario, New Super Mario Brothers, no, not that, sorry, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. They have the worst names, the remakes, the Nintendo remakes. After that, we ended up playing All-Stars. Let me just kill Reinhardt here. We played the All-Stars version of 1, which controls completely different, has different physics. And then I did a randomizer, and it was lots of fun. I just really like those comparative ones. Henny? No, it is. I'm going to be taking a break between the end of this stream and the start of the next stream later tonight, so we're just doing a spin the wheel. You can spin the wheel anytime if you want to see me mix it up. Anyone can do that for 1,000 moonstones. If you see the spin the wheel redeem, you can definitely do it. If you don't see it in the list, then I usually just activate it. Well, here we go. Spin it up. Alright, so what I do is I basically just have the games in a list. I generate a random number on Google, and it is 322, and then we see what game it is. That's all it is. 322, let's see what we're getting. Come on. Oh yeah, 322 is Splatterhouse on the PC Engine. Now, I didn't grow up with a PC Engine back in the day. I didn't know too many people who had the PC Engine, but we've played a handful of them so far on stream, and I've been really enjoying some of the games we've been diving into. I really enjoyed Wonder Boy and Monster World, which was known as Adventure Island. And then I also really enjoyed New Adventure Island, which is an actual Adventure Island game. They were very fun. I also played a version of Bonk, so we'll be playing our 4th PC Engine game. Let me just update the stream. And Splatterhouse, if you're a fan of B-movies, B-horror movies, it's basically a game where you play as Jason or Michael Myers, like that kind of chainsaw-wielding slasher flick kind of vibe. I'm stoked. I really like the sound chip in the PC Engine as well, or the turbo graphics. Just updating the stream title. And I think there's a handful of different versions of Splatterhouse. That's funny. I misspelt engine as Egg9, and I kind of like it. The PC Egg9. Oh, you just got a PC Engine recently. Nice. Very cool. And you've been playing Ys Book 1 and 2. Very, very cool. Awesome. Our buddy Walranium has been playing that as well. One of the Ys games. Give him a follow. Space Robot Arm, do you stream at all? Have you been streaming Ys? Or just playing it casually? Switch the music back from Pokemon Snap. Oh, you are streaming it. Cool. Let me give you a follow and a shout out. Be happy to check it out. I actually recently was kind of introduced to the Ys series, and it doesn't seem necessarily like the type of RPG that I'd want to play, but I've been enjoying watching people in and out in the series playing like Ys 2, Ys 1. A few different streamers. It's just cool. I'm always down to check out a new RPG or something that I just haven't really dove into before. No problem. Happy to shout out the channel. Oh yeah, there's Splatterhouse 1, there's Splatterhouse 2, Splatterhouse 3, and Splatterhouse Wanpaku Graffiti, which was an NES version. Nice, you love it. You're a fan of old school JRPGs in general. Nice, nice. The very first playthrough that I play a ton of randomizers on my channel, but the very first playthrough that I did on my channel was a randomized, sort of labyrinthian version of Earthbound. It's one of my favorite games musically, it's one of my favorite RPGs, it's also one of my favorite series of enemy designs in most, being a fan of classic 2D cartoons and Looney Tunes and stuff, you can see why. Some of my favorite enemy designs in any RPG. We also played a little bit of Final Fantasy IX. We played 75% of it, and that's available up on my YouTube channel as well. Ys has some incredible music. That's what pulled you in. Nice. Okay, even more so interested in it then. Because that's the thing that typically pulls me into a game is like music and graphic design. Oh. So Splatterhouse came out in 1988. Oh no, 1990 is when it was first released. Okay, cool. Very interesting. Should be able to see it in just a second here. You're going through Mother 3 for the first time right now, actually. Oh, cool. I haven't played that one, but I've seen a few people play parts of it, just aspects of it. Oh, did I mean to do that? Yeah, that's fine. Also, there we go. There we go. Here we go, folks. It's gotta have that organ, you know? Ain't a horror game without the organ. I spent many a time as a drummer. I'm a session drummer, so I spent many a time drumming to this. It's such a cool little proggy beat. Feels like he's punching ultra fast. Time for some hot TG16 action. Hell yeah. What's up, Vance Velez? Hope you're doing well. What prog do I like? Frank Zappa. Brian Eno. And I'm talking like 801 era, early Brian Eno stuff. King Crimson. 70s prog. I used to work in a record store for like 6 years. And spent a lot of time listening to that kind of prog. Thank you so much for the host. I can't see who that was, so whoever it was, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hosting is such a good way to support a channel if you can't subscribe, or, you know, even if you're just hosting for one person, that sort of thing. It just really, really helps. Mars Volta and Magma and Can, but you also dig Eno. Eno was one of my biggest influences musically. Eno and Zappa are the reason why, next to video game composers, are the reason why I got into music. I make ambient music as well under the name Bass in Spectra. I have a bunch of albums on Bandcamp. I actually don't have it linked up to PayPal or anything, so if anyone wants to support the music, you know what? Honestly, just subscribing to the channel would be a nice way to support the music, because it all helps. I'm a huge 70s prog is your favorite genre. Nice. Yeah, Magma's great. I got to hear a couple of original pressings, Magma pressings, and they sound delicious. Apostrophe and Overnight Sensation. For me, Grand Wazoo is one of my favorite albums. Cruising with Ruben and the Jets, his doo-wop album. Hot Rats. Chunga's Revenge is up there for me. Burnt Weasels Rip My Flesh is fantastic. There's actually 2 or 3 sort of proggy ambient jazz fusion tracks in that album. But yeah, let me share my music actually. I'll just drop my Bandcamp real quick. Just real quick, if anyone's interested. This is my solo stuff. I'm also in a band. I'm the drummer on Flight 960 for the Miles Sky Club. It is a 90s hip-hop, soul, R&B, funk, jazz kind of fusion band, I guess. All those are what we all listen to. I don't do any singing on the record, but everyone else sings, all 5 members, and then as a 6th member, I'm just drumming. I'm doing all the percussion, recorded in the studio. So there's an example of just the varied mix of music that I like to listen to. You love John Zorn as well, but he's more experimental. Yeah, I wouldn't call him prog really, but he's definitely more experimental for sure. His stuff is really cool. A lot of great ambient musicians out there as well. Harold Budd. One of my favorite pieces of music is Harold Budd and Brian Eno. I knew we were going to die there. Here we go. Punch the Worms. This is like the Street Fighter bonus stage where you have to beat the shit out of the car. That's what it feels like. You like the type of prog that sounds really dissonant and awful. Your friend described my music taste as cats and violins falling downstairs. Nice. This game was obviously, you know, came out before games had ratings. So there's a lot of like horror imagery in it. But you know, no worse than something like The Binding of Isaac. Ah, yes. You can just throw the wrench. Remember, this came out in 89 or 90. And there are 3 Splatterhouse games. Basically, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but it's a lot less about the punching. Did we die? No, that actually worked. Okay, cool. The music's pretty funny. Oh. I've been rewatching like Tales from the Crypt, The Outer Limits, that sort of thing, and this kind of has vibes of that. Those anthology horror shows. You know, what's... oh, no. Damn, I dropped it. I'm not a huge fan of Black Mirror. But shows like that. Twilight Zone. Tales from the Hood 2 is on Netflix. Oh yeah, that's another one. That's an anthology horror series. Oh, goddamn. You sound like Wario when he gets hit in Wario Land. Yes. OG Twilight Zone is awesome. Feels so ahead of its time. The 90s Twilight Zone is great too. OG Outer Limits is great. Vampires vs. the Bronx is a movie that whips ass. It's on Netflix. Cool. Oh, God damn it. I like that our hearts in the bottom corner are actual hearts. Oh. That was weird, punching that thing in the groin. Wow. It's not quite the same anthology deal as Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, etc., but X-Files is one of your favorites too. Yeah, that's great. Great, great series. I like how slow the music is and how slow our character moves. Like we are in sync with the music, which is nice. And the same thing actually occurs with Castlevania. The speed of Simon Belmont's walk is pretty cool. Like it links in with the pace of the music. Yeah. It's actually a small little simple technique that's actually borrowed from 30s cartoons, just to link the visuals in with music. The first TV show you ever truly got into this. CB games are rhythm games, basically. Yeah, totally. Track Revolution. What is a dance pad? A miserable little pile of buttons? Or plastic? That's better. A miserable little pile of plastics. How about you? When you get into a cadence in CB, yeah, exactly. You know, there is Crypt of the Necromancer, which is a nice horror-themed rhythm game. In the zone, nice. Can't see me. I'm one of you. Okay, we can't do that. We can't do that. I don't know why that was so funny. Is that a sewage Sasquatch that we're punching in the throat? Hello. The game wants you to find a balanced pace, and if you go too fast or too slow, it's harder than it has to be. You know what? Actually, the Adventure Island games are kind of like that as well. I know you recently beat Super Adventure Island. We did the same as well. It's part of our food-themed games. Oh, well. No, don't kill Wario. Don't kill Wario. I don't want to sit down. Ugh. Have a seat. No! I'll stand, thank you. UFC, Ultimate Fighting Chair. There we go. Oh, my foot. God dang Achilles heel. What is this David Berkowitz shit? Yo, buddy. There was no need. I don't have a duck, I just got my fists. Attack the knife with a duck. Just grab a duck and huck it at the knife. Oh, I have to punch this. That's dumb. I have to punch the knife? What kind of logic is that? Never turn your back on a backstabbing knife. That's dumb. That's doing damage? This is... what a dumb boss fight. Blade kicker. Why's he punching knives? He's such a blade kicker. Oh, don't make me jump punch. Don't make me jump punch twice. There we go. Whoa, baby. Don't make me jump punch twice. Oh, you son of an eye painting. What the? Oh, we're done. There was nothing we could have done. Just the worst spot to save. Oh no, there's a slasher, there's a serial killer in my house with a chainsaw. He's punching knives at me. What do you do? It's cool. Just tell your haunted painting to float sort of above him and he'll die. I bet if you beat the painting, the lamp comes to kick your ass. Oh yeah. I bet if you beat the painting, the other wine glasses will fall and then the lamp will come to kick our ass. But thankfully, it's, you know, not too bad. It starts us where we were. Not too bad at all. I see a few more people are joining the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. This is a roulette stream. We're playing a ton of different... It's episode 5. It's a ton of different retro games that are all themed around spookiness, horror themes, Halloween themes. And you can spin the wheel at any time and have me play any different game if you don't like what we're playing. I love these streams because I have control of the wheel, you have control of the wheel, and there's a ton of really cool games I've curated in the list. And I end up getting introduced to games that I just never would have played otherwise, which is cool. Okay, here we go. Time to take a seat. Huh. Big housey vibes in this room, definitely. Great horror film. Doesn't somebody's disembodied head, like ghost head, jump out of a well, or like leap out of a well and then bite someone on the ass? Pretty sure that happens in that movie. Siohane, what is up? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for sharing your ROM hack with me, by the way, recently. Appreciate it. Oh. Also, if you don't mind giving a shout out to Siohane, that'd be sweet. Siohane makes a whole bunch of really cool ROM hacks. Pokemon Stadium 1 ROM hacks, Pokemon Stadium... like hacks that have like newer Pokemon in them, shinies, and fusions and stuff. It's really cool stuff. This is survivor horror for furniture. Chairs watch this to scare themselves. House Flippers, Extreme Edition. Okay, double knives. Double knives. Double knives. Oh, you... You call that a knife? This is a fist. This is a foot. I see you played knife eat foot before. Ah! God damn it. It is not easy. If you fall out of the rhythm in this boss fight, it's just annoying. Oh, you son of a bitch. I do appreciate the Wario Land 4 style vocalizations when you get hurt. Holy shit. Oh. Yes. Ah. No lamp. Oh no. Mm-hmm. The song. Wow, that painting is a dick. Yep. Thankfully I saved. You don't want me to check out the next level? Okay, spin the wheel, spin the wheel. Stage 3. You know, this kind of gives me Doom vibes as well. We did play Doom on Game Boy Advance, not the most ideal way to play it. Doom 2 on Game Boy Advance, not as good as the first one. Didn't feel as responsive, but I grew up with Doom 2. So I felt really a little more disappointed, really disappointed, and a lot more, I felt a lot more like nostalgia even just for playing the first Doom on Game Boy Advance. And then we played Doom 64, which I really enjoyed. So let's spin that wheel, let's see what we're going to get. Like I said before, there's over 500 games in this list, and it could be a ROM hack, it could be a translation, it could be a game for any system from Atari 2600 to Nintendo 64. So let's spin that wheel, and we got game number 557. Okay, near the end of the list. Let's see what it is. .557 is Monster World 4. It is on Sega Genesis or the Mega Drive. I've played one of the Monster, like Wonder Boy and Monster World ports on the PC Engine. We talked about it earlier. So let's give it a shot. It's kind of, the games are like RPGs, action-adventure RPGs, and a little related to the Adventure Island games. So just 1 second here, and I'll update the stream title. I'm not going to spin the wheel anymore because I'm not the boss of you, but this game is fucking hilarious. It's great. Henny, I think you would probably dig playing it. It's a little bit, it's particular in terms of its inputs. Like, it doesn't feel as smooth as you would think. It's not smooth like it's not smooth like Streets of Rage or something like Final Fight. It doesn't feel as responsive, but still really cool game. And there's 3 Splatterhouse games. I think you'd really, really enjoy it. All right, we've got Monster World 4 on the Sega Genesis. So just a second here, we'll update all that stuff and we'll dive in just a moment. Now I know that recently there was like a remaster with better HD graphics that was released, I think on the Switch and PS4 and a whole bunch of other systems, of one of the Monster Boy, or sorry, of one of the, is it Wonder Boy and Monster World? But one of these Monster World games was remade. I'm not sure if it's this one, but if you're into that kind of thing, I'm actually really excited for Shredder's Revenge 2021. It's sort of like a pseudo-sequel coming out on multiple platforms. It's a pseudo-sequel to Turtles in Time, and it's in the same style. I'm really, really excited for stuff like that. I really was a fan of Streets of Rage 4. I thought they did a really good job. I'm a big fan of those sort of spiritual successors that are happening now. Bring on the tropical hype. Nice. The remake of Monster World 4 just came out a few weeks ago. Okay, crazy. So we're going to be playing the original then, the Sega Genesis one. So this one was just remade then. So if you want to check this out yourself, definitely go check out the remake. I was watching, I could have sworn I watched like a YouTube video, maybe it was about the developers working on, like, it was talking about like the art style and the process of development. And it was really cool actually. It gave a little insight into the development of the game. A real passion project for all the people involved. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go check it out on the Switch if you got it. Here we go. You should be able to see it in just a second. Here's Monster World 4, recently remade. This was on the Sega Genesis. Oh, always got to adjust my window here. There we go. Sega. No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that in this game. No, what am I doing? There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Get rid of the moon. Oh, maybe this isn't the same game. Is this the original? Never heard of it. Never played it. So let's see. The original game. Oh, this is a remake as well. Maybe. Oh, interesting. Original game came out in 1989, and this is the 1994. Maybe this is the first remake? I don't even know. Maybe we're playing a different game. Maybe we're playing the same game. Help us. Stop disaster before it spreads. Huh. Esteban Village. There's a neighborhood in my town called Esteban Village, so that's pretty funny. Asha, what are you doing out here? What? You sense that someone needs your help? What's that, lassie? Timmy's down the well? Oh, you're just one of those silent protagonist types. Haha, are you pretending to be a warrior, I see. Well, let's head back. Everyone's waiting. What a dick. Maybe I am a warrior. Bitch. Oh yeah. Drop those drum fills. If time were infinite, you would give the remake a chance, but access to this version of the game is enough. Nice, liking the Bomberman emote. Ooh, cool. I like that. That's a cool little aesthetic. Sob sniffle. I was afraid this day would come. No mother desires such a life for her daughter. For the way of the warrior is perilous. Sob sniffle. Take this medicine. Use it when your life's in danger. Understand? This is all I can do for you. Please return to me safe and sound. What is this, Shantae? Shantae? Healing medicine obtained. I like the sprite of when you jump and you're falling from the air. Woo. That's pretty funny. You're finally going to the Tower of Silence, right? Nope. Ha ha ha. I know you're going. Never give up, no matter what happens. Whee! Whoa, what the fuck is that? Are we in Mother 3 all of a sudden? Munch munch. Like it's not quite. It's like a shaved platypus meets a pig meets a cow. I'm very confused. When you want to heal your wounded body, offer a prayer to the sacred statue. You are sure to be blessed by the gods. Alright? Well, by the gods. Great visual design here, great pixel art, great music. Would have really enjoyed this as a kid. The Tower of Silence, you mean the library, right? Imagine you had to climb a tower just to get a book, or just to log onto the internet. I gotta get online. I need to find a computer. When you want to climb a rope quickly, tap the up button twice in rapid succession. You can slide down by holding the B button. I categorically do not vibe with the shelled armadillo. Oh. Down holds a shield, okay. The Tower of Silence lies beyond the forest. I heard the wind is dead near the tower. Oh, rest in peace, wind. Just 1 second here. I like how everyone's waving goodbye. Hang in there. This kind of weirdly reminds me of Princess Mononoke when Ashitaka leaves his village for the first time and everyone's just waiting. They all say goodbye. Don't give up. I'll miss you. Take care. The time has come. Are you ready? Yes. Good. That's my girl. Oh, and by the way, do you have the courage crystal? Sure. Can't enter the tower without it. We have healing medicine, we have traveler's armor, we have a plain shield, and we have Asha's sword. So no! Come back in one piece. Look after your mom while you're away. Bring me something good. Bring me something good. Bring me that you love me. Yeah. That's right. Press right or left twice to run. Yo, I could be running this whole time. Oh, yes. Ho, 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 I'm Santa Claus. I'm the world-famous Santa Claus. What? Never heard of me? Ho, ho, ho. While you're still green, my young warrior, we shall meet many times before this tale ends. Pleasure's all mine. By the way, you won't find the tower until the crystal is used in the right place. Keep that in mind. Oh, and by the way, how many by the ways? Shut up. No, get out of here. I hope you don't regret this later. Shut up, dude. Shut up, Santa. While jumping. You can stab upward or downward. What? Yo. Oh, dude, look at all this stuff I didn't know about this game. Nice. It's Zelda 2 all of a sudden, folks. Getting those Maple Story vibes. Anyone ever play Maple Story back in the day? Inspired by Sonic much? Cool. This actually feels really responsive. Your ESL student had a Maple Story icon on her desktop, and I said it looked like a turd, and she said, "What is turd?" I think Maple Story was specifically inspired by games like this. Yeah, totally. And like you can see a lot of inspiration in like games like Cave Story. Obviously, you know, imagine that mixed with like Metroid and a little more cave exploration, but you can see that inspiration in games like Cave Story. Cave Story actually is a fantastic game, and I have the 3DS version. And I have to say, it's probably the only game on the 3DS that I think works with the 3D. Like, I think it looks very, very good with the 3D turned on. Just adding just a little bit more depth, basically. Cool. Oh, nice. The back of the sword slash somehow worked. Two-hitter. Okay, don't die. Okay, you're not gonna find the tower if you use the crystal in the wrong place. Well, where do you get the crystal? Do we have to go back and talk to the dude? The dad? The reason why this is in the list of spooky games is just because it has the word monster in the title. Anything with monster, creature, that sort of thing in that list. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I don't want to have to use my healing potion yet, that's the thing. There we go. What is turd? How is Babby formed? Yeah, clearly, look at this, look at this. It was spooky because you skipped the save point, did I? Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that weird dude. And these mushrooms look exactly like cave story mushrooms. Come on, come on. Ooh. I like the visuals here, I tells ya. Oh. Press down and C to jump off a platform. Oh, you mean, okay. That's not really off a platform, but sure. Sure, game. Ooh, I see a few more people are joining the stream. Hope you're having an awesome, awesome Sunday. It's my first time playing this game, and this is part of an ongoing series where you can spin the wheel and have me play whatever game comes up next in a curated roulette list of retro games that are all themed around monsters, creatures, spooky, sort of Halloween aesthetic, horror aesthetic. Played some Splatterhouse earlier. Ooh. We played a arcade fighter called Unholy Night. Made in 2017 on the Super Nintendo. We don't need to save. Okay. Asha offers a prayer to the gods. Interesting. So we don't have the crystal. We need the crystal because the tower is not going to appear without it. Alright, alright. If you're new to the channel, click that follow button if you're not a follower already. I stream every single day from 1 p.m. Pacific onward, and later at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to be... yeah, we started with Unholy Night, actually. It was really cool. It wasn't, like, it was a very responsive, it wasn't a bad fighter. At all. And yeah, all my streams get uploaded on YouTube afterwards. But every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, I tackle an ongoing queue of retro games decided by people in the chat. And we've got some fun ones planned for tonight. So I'll be streaming up until probably like for the next like 2.5 hours or so, and then I'll take a quick break, and then we'll start a brand new stream with your request in mind. Yeah, I love playing randomizers. I love all sorts of different retro games. I'm a huge fan of sound design and music in classic retro games. I'd love to design, you know, I make my own music. I'd love to design, do the sound design and music for a retro indie game. If anyone is a developer out there and is looking for a composer to hire, I am available for hire for that specific purpose. Specifically the retro aesthetic. Real big fan of it. Whoop. Whoop. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I think we have to go back. I think we have to go back and talk to the dad, because we were like, we don't have the, do we have the crystal? And we were like, yeah, but apparently we don't. So 100% Maple Story vibes. Like Maple Story can't have been inspired by much else besides this. Hear a retro song you made ought to be a redemption for this channel. Oh, that'd be cool. I actually don't regularly make the tracks, but if you want to check out Bass and Spectra at .bandcamp.com, I shared it earlier in the chat, but if someone wants to pop that into the chat, it's all my ambient music, my electronic music, textural, like instrumental stuff, using samples, all sorts of stuff that's inspired by video game music, but not quite within the same limitations. Like, we're not talking chiptune stuff, but it could be kind of cool actually to maybe just hear a song I made. Would be a cool redemption. We're going to do a new redemption in the future where we take an animation break and watch like a public domain cartoon together. But that's a great suggestion, Vance. I'm always looking for new ideas for channel rewards as well. Also, I didn't mention it, but you can spin the wheel too. I can spin the wheel in these retro roulettes, but you can also do that anytime. Whoa! Oh my god, that was lucky. I mean, we might as well get the coins. Might as well kill all the enemies on the way back. Because we're gonna have to buy stuff. So the tower is through the woods. Oh. What? No, I will not accept that. It's like a total complete game over? Like title screen game over? No way. Ooh. This is tough. Whoa. Okay, we just have to do this methodically. I don't like waiting for enemies, you know? Come on. Come on, Slimy. Kind of reminds me, the fire slimes kind of remind me of that fire spirit from Howl's Moving Castle. Voiced by Billy Crystals. Billy Crystals. If you know Tim and Eric Awesome Show, you know Billy Crystals. And Robin Williams, I believe, is one of the other celebrity imposters that they had on the show. Oh, did I say imposters? I meant celebrity impersonators. Oh. Okay. It's just all about the grind, I guess. I don't want to use my healing potion. Let's go. Come on. Are we just looping now? I can't tell. That's what I thought on the way here, so maybe they just look really similar each screen. Nice. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're enjoying the games, Vance. Appreciate it. Hope everyone else is having an awesome, awesome Sunday. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, we're almost home. It better be a situation where it's like, do you have the crystal? And if we say no, then he's just like, here you go. I don't want to have to be looking for this crystal. That's all I'm saying. Does Marcellus Wallace look like a crystal hunter? Does he look like a crystal hunter? Say Tower of Silence again. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. Bye. Here. What's up, dude? Time has come. Are you ready? No. What? Oh, by the way, do you have the courage crystal? No. What? Still a scatterbrain, I see. Hurry up and go get it. Dude, what the hell? The hell is your problem? Is it over here? Huh? I didn't expect that. Asha, take care of yourself. Evil monsters have been multiplying of late. Evil monsters been fucking. And have a babies. I'm afraid I can't do much. But take this. This item is known as a life drop. Collect 10 to raise your max life by 1. Cool? Oh. Now we know what those are. Courage crystal obtained. Who's the scatterbrain now? Please tell me the monsters don't respawn. Anyone else feel this game is like a little more expansive than it needs to be? Like this whole area could have been covered in maybe 4 screens maximum, but there's like 9 or 10. Maybe it makes the game feel like more of a sprawling adventure to have these empty sort of areas. Feels pretty empty at least. Also, these screens being like very short, but there's plenty of them, kind of reminds me a little bit of Zelda 2. And the downward stab, you know, helps. Enables entry into Tower of Silence. That's all you're going to tell me. Yep. Like, it kind of makes the game feel a little bit more monotonous than it needs to. The fact that we have to, like, see... I don't mind the fact that there's more screens and lots of enemies, but I would love to maybe have them look different. Maybe some more variety. I just realized what's going on here. We don't have any health. Let's heal. Drink it? Yeah. Wow. Just getting bodied? Nope. Not letting that happen. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. If you get the timing off at all, you're screwed. No way. No. Oh. That's it. Okay, we're out of the forest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do? There we go. Oh, that is the tower, dude. It was Tower all along. You damn dirty monsters. Tower of Silence. Not a lot of silence going on in here. This guy's back. Oh, Santa's back. This tower tests your strength as a warrior. Make use of the skills you've learned so far. But first, you want to save? No. Okay, but I hope you don't regret this later. Santa, stop being a creep. Alright, we're going to continue from here. This game just was released. It was just remade. The remake of it. I think it's available for Switch. It's available on Steam and a few other platforms if you want to check out the remake. We're playing Monster World 4 on Sega Genesis. I'm just going to take a quick break. I'll be back very, very shortly, and we'll continue with this game. Unless somebody wants to redeem a wheel spin, then we'll play something else in our list of retro, spooky, horror, Halloween-themed, monster-themed games. So here's some music from Pokemon Snap in the interim. Get those Snap vibes on the N64. And yeah, I'll be right back. It will not be long. Stick around, folks. Rescue Squad Culp, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'll be right back, just taking a short break, and then I will be back playing some more Monster World 4 on Sega Genesis. Really fun game, actually. There's a little bit of monotony going on. I think maybe just because the levels feel really stretched out and open, and you're fighting the same enemies over and over. If there was a little more variety, I think I'd be hooked. But great music, great visuals. Yeah, recently remade. If you want to check out the remaster, I'll be right back. Alright folks, I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. We're going to play a little more of Monster World 4 on the Sega Genesis. Thank you, Michelle Butterfield, for the hydrate and the posture check. Hydrate right now. We got some nice peppermint, cold peppermint tea. Nice. And we should be getting, oh great, Should be getting game audio in just a second here. Cool. We just entered the Tower of Silence. This is my first time playing this game. I have played some of the other Monster World games before. And it looks like this game originally came out in 1989, or maybe the very first Monster World did. And then this game, Monster World 4, was released in 1994. Interesting. Oh. Who's this freaking pig? Okay. There we go, and now we don't have the moon on. Yeah, the level design in the tower is also quite spacious as well. What do we got? Key obtained. No, this says block off. Ah, okay. That sucks. Let's do this again. What are we looking for, folks? I feel like we're not really finding what we're looking for. Opens a locked door. Oh, we do have to go back. Okay. That's dumb. So there's a lot of backtracking involved. I gotcha. I gotcha. we have the option of the locked door to open. No, we can only open one. Cool. Oh, come on, that timing. That timing. That's also perfect timing. My controller just died, so just 1 second, folks. There we go. Ah. Hopefully there'll be health soon. Oh, it's up. I'm just pressing the wrong button. I gotcha. Let's go here first. Come on. You can only take one hit. Interesting, if you visit rooms, then certain things happen in the other room. Oh no! It's Wurzel! From Unholy Night, the first game he played, he just showed up. Werewolves are giving us some trouble this stream. There we go. Excuse me. Yeah, we gotta do the downward stab tech. Could have got full health if I did that properly. Like if we had waited and not lost a heart every time we got a heart. But that's fine. Let's see what this is all about. Of course, it's just going to be samey stuff. It's probably my upon my first impression. That's the one thing I like the least about the game is the monotony of the enemies. Like, I guess the monotony and sameness of each room is a better way to put it. Come on. bunch of gold. Heck yeah. Another key. I think I know where the other door is. I think we have to backtrack again. Pretty sure. Nope, it's here. No backtracking involved. Yes. No! Shot through the heart with a piece of mummy wrap. That doesn't even make any sense. Oh, just one second. I just got the sudden urge to sneeze. Got really bad allergies at the moment, so one sec. I'll just be a moment. I'm going to play some music in the interim and use the washroom. Okay, I'm back. Just took some allergy meds. It's crazy. Okay. I think we can actually load and be okay. Because I've been saving. Okay. 2 rooms. 3 rooms. Okay, let's go here first. Ah. Nope. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe we don't come here first. Worth extra health? Yeah, wait, why not do this again? That's fine. That's dumb. If we're gonna go all this way to have to redo this just to get 1 heart, we can't lose a heart on the way back. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Whoa. Hello. What are we getting? What are we getting? What are we getting? Gold bar obtained. Cool. This bar of gold can be sold at a high price. Cool. It's gonna be tough. You don't have to jump over those. Interesting. You can just walk over the spikes when they're retracted. That's good to know. Wow. Okay. I guess we should do this. Just because it'll give us an extra heart. Ho ho ho. Wanna save? Nah. Still no, dude. Okay. But I hope you regret this. I hope you don't regret this later. Sound like you said I hope you regret this later. I see. I see. We have to go back all the way. That was definitely worth it because getting those life drops and earning more hearts is the way to go, I think. Ooh. Interesting. I like this. 3 hearts. It's like this is like a 3-up moment, folks. So if you have that 3-up emote, drop it into the chat. We have tons of emotes available. Not tons, but a lot of emotes available for subscribers. And we've got the 3-up moon emote, of course, but we do also have the 3-up from Super Mario Bros. 3, which is my favorite game of all time. It's my favorite NES game. Really love it. And when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time with Mario 3. Also, when you first find a Super Mario World 3-up moon, it's one of those special moments. I always equate that to just being a kid, like just a really, really fun moment in a game. It's like an ultimate triumph moment. I will definitely buy that. Absolutely. That's literally a 3-up shop, so that's as close to a 3-up moment as we're going to get in this game. Oh my god. Way cooler boss fight than the room in Splatterhouse earlier. Huh? I think a boss rush stream would be really cool, where you go through a whole bunch of random games and you just start off in the boss stage. That'd be kind of fun. Thanks. The music only cut because when you pick up a chest, it goes silent. Magic lamp obtained. Nice. We got ourselves a genie. Fuck yeah. Bum baba bum ba 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 baba baba bum. Congratulations on obtaining the lamp. By doing so, you just acquired a testament to your status as a warrior. Go to the royal palace of Rapadagna with it. Then you will be accepted as a warrior, and perhaps admired by people the world over. Also, for now at least, I will serve you, my new master. I just figured I'd let you know that. You know, just in case. Call me if you want to go back to the Rapadagna during your adventure. I will take you there if I'm in a good mood. That is what I can do for you. That's it. You got that? Yep. Then let's head over to Rapadagna now. Are you ready to go now? Sure. Okay, here we go. What the hell? The music is just so off, so dissonant. Welcome to Rapadagna. This is the Holy Spring. The town is to the east, the palace is west. It's Santa again, he wants us to save. Nope. Monsters have been multiplying of late. How about my Pepe Logu? Don't you think he's the cutest? It's only natural that I own the best Pepe Logu. Pepe Logu? It's, is this some sort of Pokemon? Being that I'm the most gorgeous lady in town. Oh, and by the way, let me see the gold bars you have. I'll gladly buy them from you. How about $500 each? Sure. Another one. Yep. Don't you think Peppy Logus are so cute? They're quite popular. Never hold you. Hello and welcome. Are you a traveler? A real cutie, aren't you? Want to check out my excellent weapons? That seems a little bit forceful. Khan sword, Shah sword. Yeah, let's get a +2 sword. Absolutely. Khan, thank you. Welcome. Oh, a female warrior. How cool are you? Do you need a shield? We'll check these out. Don't need one. Ooh, magical hit. What was that? Nothing. Okay. Nice. Same healing medicine we had before. What? There's no inn in this city, but the Holy Spring can heal you. My daddy's gonna open up a shop soon. Isn't that great? Okay, just don't talk to this guy ever. Townspeople always say stuff like that in RPGs. Nice. Don't you think Peppy Logus are so... Oh, shut up. We were just here. Did it just loop us around? No, it's different. It's just the same NPC dialogue, which is kind of lame. Why not buy one? What are you buying? These Peppy Logus are very cute. I want a Peppy Logu too. I want one too. Okay, see ya. The day of ruins nigh. I can hear them. The spirits mourn. The legend will repeat. Oh, what a pretty warrior you are. Though I travel far and wide selling my wares, I've never seen a female warrior like you. Come see me later. I'll have something good for you. That feel like, again, it feels very, like, cringy, the dialogue. But, this weird-ass Rocco's Modern Life meets... It's Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life if he was, like, a demon llama. I feel ya. Let's go to the temple, I guess, because that's the only thing we can do. Whoa! Can you heal up? Yes, you want to meet the queen? You've come here seeking the title of warrior, I see. You're very brave for a young lady. This is bad writing, not feeling it. Really awful writing. Please go right in. Blah, 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 blah. It's not safe around here anymore. That's why we're on alert like this. At least write unique dialogue for every character. Come on. Welcome to the palace. I've never played this game before, we just somehow took the direct route. Welcome to Rapadania, the oasis in the desert. The people of Rapadania bid you welcome. Now to bestow upon you the title of warrior. To become a warrior, you must swear to always act bravely and fight to protect all peace-loving people at the peril of your own life. Do you so swear? Yep. I hereby grant you the title of warrior. Congratulations. It was truly a pleasure to meet such a brave young lady. I look forward to your continued success. Your Majesty, how about asking this young lady? Yes, perhaps it's fate that brought her here. You got $20. Asha, noble warrior, we need your help. I have dire news. Something's happening to the four spirits that have protected this land for age upon age. The dark clouds in the far sky are an ill omen. If this should continue, this city will be shrouded in darkness. So it is I that beseech you, save the four spirits and defeat the power of darkness that has spawned the dark clouds. Please say you'll help us. You will. Thank you. On behalf of all our people, you must first save the Earth Spirit. Cool. The Queen has a heart of gold. Go to the vault here in this palace. There's an item that'll unlock the temple door. It may be the ray of hope we need. See a few more people are joining the stream. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday. We're playing monster-themed, scary-themed, spooky, Halloween-themed games. And this is a retro roulette stream, so I can spin the wheel at any time. If you want to play a different game on the list, you can spin the wheel as well. Ooh, a map of Monster World. Cool. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to look at it. That's it. So apparently this game was remade recently, like super recently, a couple weeks ago. The remake to Monster World 4 just came out, the remaster. Don't know exactly where I'm going or what I'm doing. We're just doing some exploration. Oh. Today's menu includes lizard sauté. Have you ever tried it before? Nope. It's really tasty. Get out of my way. Interesting. Do we do something like this? Monsters have been multiplying of late. Oh, come on. That's funny. That's good writing. The same repetitive sentence is just said by this guy, but he's just struggling at the same time. So dumb. You must get like a higher jump at some point. Come back for that life drop. This has got to be the vault. Earth medallion obtained. Cool. What's that do? Opens the gate to the Handera volcano. Cool. What else we got? It's kind of dumb the music mutes when this happens. There should be like a little melody. You know, with Zelda, they've got that iconic chest medley, and or fanfare. There's nothing here. We got a Pepper logo egg. Interesting. Maybe we'll have our own little monster companion. Healing medicine again. However, you already have some. Cool. Keep that in there. Yes. Yes, please. Want to know where the spirits are? Well, I have a book about them. You should check the rightmost bookshelf. The bookshelf is full of difficult-looking books. Read one? Yes. Shion's biography. Upon defeating the Dark One, he asked the four spirits to watch over the monsters evermore, so that calamity would never strike again. This goes on forever. I'll just skip ahead. And so it is the temple that the temple has four mystic gates to where the four spirits dwell. According to this book, the tree behind the temple is a Pepe tree. Oh my god! Feels good, man. A Pepe tree. An egg of the mysterious Pepe Logu. Ah, okay. We will get a higher jump soon, like a double jump. Here's the actual temple. Oh, it's Santa again. This is the temple. It has strange gates to where the spirits live. But not so fast. The area behind each gate is full of peril, so how about wearing some better armor? Forgive my meddling. Where are we getting at? have to go all the way back to the town. Oh, did this guy open up his shop? That's probably what's going on. What? There's no inn in the city. Oh, what? Come on. So he didn't open up his shop. And where do we get armor? Yeah, it's a Pepe logo egg, isn't it? Do you know how to hatch it? Well, do you? Nope. Okay, here's how. Put it in front of the Holy Spring statue. I'm so smart, aren't I? Okay. Got it. Come on. Ah, I've been waiting. I found the perfect armor for you. Of course it's him. Oh no, we don't have any moolah. Is it too expensive? Yes. Well, it was pretty hard to get, so... 980. Wasn't there a lady that bought our gold bars? Or is that not in this town? There we go. Here we go. We'll sell one of the gold bars and then we'll go and buy the armor. Yes, please. I only have one. So it's just enough. Okay. I'll get armor that's even better next time. Cool. So we can come back and buy from this guy. Sweet. Now we just gotta go to the Holy Spring, use the item, use the Pepe Logu egg. Get our own little four-legged Tamagotchi. We also gotta heal too. Here we go. Hatch that Yoshi egg. Hatch that Yoshi egg. Hatch that Yoshi egg. The hell? Nice, we got a blue one. interesting. Oh my god, it's a double jump. Okay, we call it to us, and then we got a double jump. Yes. Got it. That's awesome. That's actually really badass. It wasn't here yet. Hold on a second. Before we take on the temple. Unless someone wants to see me play another spooky monster, Halloween, or horror-themed game, you can spin the wheel at any time. We'll go back and do this. This game's cool. It just came out. I don't mind it. It's pretty slow paced, but it didn't just come out. It just got remastered. The remaster of it just came out. Monster World 4. Haven't played it before this. It's not terrible. It's a lot of backtracking involved. Wasn't there like a thing we couldn't access? Did we pass that already? Confused. Like there's a thing we couldn't access until we got the double jump, and now we have it. We did this already, right? Yep. I've checked this like 4 times now. That's so funny. Okay, it wasn't here. You went AFK for a long-ass phone call, and you were surprised you were still in this game, to be honest. Well, we got a bunch of new abilities. We can do stuff like this. Now, which is pretty cool. I also took a little bit of a break as well. Was it in here? I don't think it was in here. It might have been before we even got to this area. Yeah, you did say that. That's super, super shitty. Having an ulcer is never fun. Oh my, what a strange Pippi logo you have there. Really? He was in the vault. I didn't know that. But I don't mind, you may keep him. As you can see already, I have my own. Besides, the Pippi logo is already quite fond of you. Since 2 of your main food groups are coffee and pizza, it's been really tough. Oh yeah, especially with coffee, for sure. Just made me think, has anyone ever made a coffee pizza before? You got yerba mate in the meantime. I got yerba mate, but where's my damn latte? Okay, whatever it was just one of those little life drops that we had to get. Forget it. Let's just go straight for the temple. And then maybe I'll spin the wheel after this. We'll be streaming for about another half an hour or so, and then I'm going to take a short break, eat some food, and then we'll be coming back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, so in 2 hours. we'll be doing our viewer request Retro Sunday stream, as we do every single Sunday at 6:30. We'll be playing Skitchin on the Sega Genesis to start. And then we'll mess around with a few other requests that people have tossed. Aladdin on the Genesis. We beat the Super Nintendo one recently. We'll also play some Woody Pop on the Game Boy, a Breakout clone redeemed by Michelle Butterfield, my partner. And then also Game & Watch Gallery on the Game Boy Color. The wind gate is locked. The earth gate is locked. Not if I use this. Your timing is oof. Yeah, dude, you should be watching me from the beginning. Stegosaurus, my card name. What's up? You love Mr. Game & Watch. So the Game & Watch Gallery games are basically compilations of all of those original Game & Watch games and little handheld ones, and just kind of revamped. It almost came out around the same time as Super Mario Brothers Deluxe on the Game Boy Color. There is a Game Boy Advance one as well, but yeah, the gallery games are pretty fun. It's just like a series of arcade games. Hope you've been having a good day, Daryl. Went out for brunch with Michelle and her friend who was visiting from Copenhagen, and then came back. Use your Pepper logo to double jump. Don't tell me what to do, but we do. It's my Peppy logo. Daryl, we're playing some Monster World 4. It is a game that was just recently remastered, actually. This is on the Sega Genesis, but it was recently remastered. We played, what did we play today? We played Unholy Night, Resurrection of Darkness, and basically it was a Street Fighter style, it was like a horror themed Street Fighter style arcade game, but it was a homebrew game that somebody made on the Super Nintendo, which is super cool. Also, after that, we ended up playing, I can't remember the order now of what we played. We played that, we're playing Monster World 4 now. We played, wasn't there something else in there? Splatterhouse, that was it. Yeah, Splatterhouse on the PC Engine. I was like, I know we played something else. And this one's kind of cool. This is sort of like an action platformer RPG. And this is remade. It should be available for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Switch. Did you tell me that Nikki and you picked 23 pounds of blueberry yesterday? Wow. Make a 23-pound pie. No, I guess it would have to be 25 pounds, maybe? Because you gotta account for the pastry. 24 pounds? 1 pound of pastry, 23 pounds of berries. This Thanksgiving, 1 pound of pastry, 23 pounds of berries. 2 unlikely ingredients move in together as hilarity ensues. Different kind of blueberry. With a 23 pounds of blueberry kush. Come on. Come on. Come on, monster. You're freezing most of it for winter. Heck yeah. That's what we do. We went to, or we picked them up from Gailey Farms. And we freeze them too. For smoothies. Going again next week. Nice. Where do you guys go? You just go just outside of town, or are you still in town to do it? Of course I'm gonna double jump. It's giving me an arrow to... That's so dumb. Gonna make a peach blueberry crumble. Hell yeah. Oh, yo. Get beefed, man. Just before the airport. Oh, cool, cool. I know what you're talking about. Your niece calls berries babies, so straw babies and blue babies. That was me when I was a kid. It was all about the straw babies. Wow, okay. Okay, you just have to get used to the double jump. She also calls you uncle, calls Scooty Big Uncle. Oh my god, nice. Big Unk. Did you hear that new mixtape by Big Unk? We have friends with a young boy and he called blueberries BBs. So that's what I call him now. So you went BB picking. BB picking. BB picking. BB picking. Whoop. Big Uncle Puppy. We just need one more. No, not one more of those, one more life crystal. Yes. Yep. Every time you hear elderberries, it adds a year to your life. Gigantic rock is blocking the entrance. Big Onk, new rap name, yes. What? Okay, but then, oh, it's because we got a bomb, that's why. Derp. Just gotta use the bomb. Use the bomb, man. Whoa! Pepe Logu, no! You dead. You dead, man. You dead, man. Andera Volcano. Okay. Well, you know what I think I'm going to do is I might actually just do one more spin before we take a break, and then we'll dive back into the viewer request night. This is a cool game, though. It was remastered. You can play the original. It's available on Virtual Console on the Wii. It's for the Sega Genesis, and also it was remastered for a ton of different consoles and released, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. Thanks again to all the recent followers as well for helping us get closer to 500 followers. I've only been doing this for 6 months. And once we hit 500, we're going to be playing Wario Land 3 randomized. So let's spin that wheel. Let's see what we're going to get. For anyone just joining, we've got over 550 games in a curated list attached to a roulette wheel, basically. And spin the wheel. You can spin the wheel as well by using 1,000 moonstones, and I will basically go to the list, see what game it is, and play it. We do this series every single Friday, and around the theme of eating, food games, cooking games, anything that the collectibles are fruit or food in some way, or if eating is a main mechanic. And this has been a super fun one. I've been really enjoying this theme, which is the horror, spooky, Halloween sort of theme. We've got game number 155, so let's see what that is all about today. Yeah, I really like Henny's emotes. Okay, it is just one level. I think that's kind of cool. It is part of a Super Mario World ROM hack. Basically, the whole Super Mario World... Actually, let's do this. The Super Mario World ROM hacking community, if you check out Super Mario World Central, actually if one of the mods wants to shout out SMW Central, they stream a lot of the judging of levels in level design contests. So the community gets together and all sorts of different people will come together and build levels for Super Mario World around a theme. This is the dark level, so it's like a horror level contest that people did, and we're going to play one person's game level, basically the submission file that they submitted, and it's called Halloween Day by Mega Predator 36 or 360. Sorry, Halloween Day for the dark level contest. There's a lot of these contests that sometimes people will then take all the submissions and build like a massive, really beautiful looking overworld and tie everything together. We've played a couple of times on stream the Super Mario World VLDC competition hack, and what that is it's the vanilla level design competition. Vanilla level design competitions are competitions where you can create any level you want. You have to collect 5 Yoshi coins. You have to have 5 hidden Yoshi coins. That's the only rule and constant in every level. But you can only really use assets that come in the vanilla game. They come included. So no custom enemies, no custom power-ups, no custom graphics. It's all just about using the graphics that already exist in the game. You can mess with the palettes. You can alter the graphics as long as it includes that sort of thing. Oh, that would be a crazy thing to check out though. If you're interested in Super Mario World ROM hacks or Super Mario World level creation, or even like if you play Super Mario Maker 2 and you're into like level creation, I think you'd probably dig that channel. I know a lot of people follow it. They have a YouTube channel. There's a great community and forum there. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot. We'll play Halloween Day, a dark level contest entry for Super Mario World ROM hack. Stick around, it'll just be 1 second here. I'll update the stream title. If you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button. Every one of my streams is uploaded in full there. And this is episode 5 of our spooky horror Halloween retro roulette. Damn, I love that Pokemon Snap music. The new Pokemon Snap game, very, very fun. I've seen people play through the whole thing. Not a huge fan of the music in it. It's not the same, it just doesn't have the same vibe. Alright, let's give this a shot. Here we go. Halloween Day by Predator 360 for the FR Dark Level contest for Super Mario World. So this is meant to be a Super Mario World like special edition, like Halloween hack, and I'm not sure if this was ever fully completed. I think this level was created and released in 2016. I'm not sure if this level was created or this game was released at all. It might have just been a contest, but it looks really cool, and I would love to play something like the vanilla level design contest hack, like something with all the entries interwoven that was Halloween themed. So that's pretty cool. Maybe one day I'll look into it and see if we can play it. Maybe for Halloween. Should be able to see the game in just a second here, and also hear the game in just a moment. Now, of course, this, you know, would be awesome if this is a full game, but I don't think this is a completed game. This is just the one level, like I said. I will look into it though, and it'd be kind of a fun one to try. And we're, of course, as always, we gotta use that third save slot, so let's do it. Bienvenido a la edición especial de Halloween de Super Mario World. Nice. Here we go. The day of Halloween. Yes. Okay, so many great things. We've got the sprite from Super Mario Advance, so Super Mario Brothers 2. Donkey Kong Country music. For me, I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I'm going to be doing this, but I'm thinking about starting my own. I just got myself a domain, and I'm thinking about just basically creating a website so more people know that I'm doing more session drumming work, and I'm going to start working with bands. You know, for the last 5-6 years, I put on concerts, curated live shows. I've got a lot of experience in sound design as well. I went to school for that, audio production and engineering, so I'm going to work with local bands and see if I can't set up a space, like maybe a shared studio space with a few people here, or just a recording studio in general that we could bring bands into and record their stuff and produce them. That's what I went to school for years ago. I want to implement that and what I've been doing recently in the local community, like for the last 5 years, you know, supporting it and supporting the local bands that, you know, need the support, because especially after COVID, a lot of venues have shut down and shifted. Oh, that's insane. Ooh, I love this guy in this level. It's very aesthetic, totally. It definitely matches the, I think it matches the layout of the channel. Need some more of this music, folks. Come on. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? Can't disrespect the DKC music like that. I did not expect that to happen. Come on. Ah. No. Okay, we'll have to do it from the top. From the top. Just real good for your eyes to look at. Imagine going to somebody's art show, and that's how you tell them you want to buy their painting. You just stand there for a while, and then when they ask you if you're interested, you just say, yeah, this is just real good for my eyes to look at. It'd probably make their day. I do tell people that they like the sincerity. I like that it has its own custom game over sound effect. Ugh. It's an interesting level. It's not terrible. Damn you. Lots of ghosts. Lots of enemies. Whoa. My eyes like the color story of this room. I'm just a fish like you. I'm just a fish like you. I'm just a fish like you. Leave me alone. These are out of, these crystals, the quartz crystals, are right out of Sonic the Hedgehog. Some shit's going down. What? Oh, oh. I knew it was a remix. That's awesome. Can you jump like a normal Mario, or are you just spamming spin jump? I'm spamming spin jump because you can spin jump on boos and Eries. If I jump, I can't actually... One, I can't clear them easily. If I spin jump on the ghosts, and I'm specific with it, I can actually use it to launch over the next enemy, so it's just helping me to get across to that section. Oh. I love this remix. Sonic Underground. I know exactly what you're talking about. Not a terrible show, but I don't think it understood what the Sonic the Hedgehog animated series was all about. So for it to be like a spiritual successor, it kind of failed.